Okay, crafty bullet journalers, I've got just a quick little cross-checking your inventory kind of spread for you if you have embossing folders. I don't know about you, but these little embossing folders go on sale sometimes and you just end up stocking up on them. But I have so many, sometimes I'm not sure what I have anymore and I don't want to make duplicates. So what I thought was, why not have a record in my bullet journal of the folders that I have? And I thought, well, how could I do that in a fun, clever, creative kind of way that would make it a pretty page to look at, but also very useful? So I've come up with a little plan, and I'm just going to show you what I did, and then I'll repeat it on this page so you can see it in action. But this is a page that says My Embossing Folders. So what I did here is I went on my Cricut and I got just a 12 by 12 sheet, and I cut out squares on 3 different colors of paper that are 2 inches by 3 inches. A nice, fairly large space so I could actually see the design really well, but not so big that it took up a whole bunch of page space. I really wanted to be somewhat conservative in how much I used the page. So when I did this, I made it so I could fit at least these 9 on a page. I tried to press in a dozen, but the squares just were so small at that point, you really didn't see a lot. So 9 was my magic number. Now, all books can be different. This is the Michaels book, the $5 Artist Loft dot page journal. So that's the one that I use, and it worked out great for me. I wanted about 5 inches going across, which meant 3 inches. Then this one jumps to the 4th inch, and this one to the 5th. I can kind of lift up and really look at the design, but they are just taped in here. All you have to do is take your slip of paper, take your embossing machine, I have the Evolution Advanced, and grab your folder, put your little slip in there, and as you can see, this is ship's wheels and anchors, kind of a sailing one. So I needed a big enough piece of paper that it would pick up some of that design. I don't know if you can see that. But I wanted to make sure I got enough of that design impression. So I'm just going to line that up, throw it in the embossing machine, and run it through. And each folder, I just keep on doing that. So I have one of each. So there's that design. Now embossed and ready to be put into the journal. So let me just show you how I attach these. I spaced mine out so that I would have enough room at the top of the page to write my title, and then enough room to have basically 3 rows. And I've got just a little dotted outline on my page so that I know where to start and where to stop on each of these and know where those rows are going to be. So what I've decided is I was going to try and play with washi tape, and it just wasn't working out for me. So I'm just using Easy Dot Mini Permanent Tape. It's by Scrapbook Adhesives, and I just picked it up in a craft store. And I'm just going over on the very first one, which is actually the one that's going to sit to the far right of the row. I actually taped the whole thing, because that one's just going to sit down. And there we go. Now the second one is going to be about 1, 2, 3, about 5 rows over from here. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yep. So 5 squares on my book is about 1 inch. Okay, so I've got that one done. The next one that's going to go here, I'm actually just going to tape one side of it. So make sure I have the back of that. Just run a couple of little tapes on the one side. The reason I'm doing that is if I want to lift up and see what I have there, I want to be able to do that. So is that 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5? Yep. Okay. And by using my dots to line these up, it just keeps everything kind of neat and nice looking. And then last but not least, run a couple good rows over that. Oops. You know, this tape I love because if you get to it right away, it's not quite permanent yet and you can roll it off the page, but it does set. What a simple spread to do, but what a great amount of information, right? So I'm just going to title it the same, and then I think I'm going to have to say my embossing folders 1, my embossing folders 2, and like I said, I'll probably get up to about 5 of those. I just did a simple little handwriting thing just to be crafty looking, but I'm not an artist. I'm a crafter, but my handwriting's okay. Not great. Doesn't have to be. That's the whole nature of having things that are hand done. It needs to look hand done. If everything's perfect about it, then what's the point? So I am going to put a 1 here and a 2 here. And then, by the way, I love these. This is the Faber-Castell Pitt artist pens. They are so great for these journals. And then these gel pens, I have the Kaiser Color gel pens, and I just did a little highlighting, and then I kind of went back through with the Pitt marker and made my letters a little darker here, and I'll do the same here. But you get the general idea. I won't sit here and go on and on about it, but you get the general idea here, and you can see all those lovely textures that you have, and then the page is going to close up very nicely. So it doesn't take up a lot of space. Mine's a little bulky anyways because I have a lot of add-on pages, so I don't care. I don't mind that at all. And yeah, I think that's going to work out nice. It's going to be nice to have the reference. So happy crafting, happy journaling.